Champs-Élysées, home to the final stage of the Tour de France for over half a century. This year, it's the place where a new era of cycling starts. Finally, the women's peloton gets to show their talent, determination and grit on the roads of the Tour de France. With 8 stages spanning over 1,000 kilometers, smooth asphalt, gravel roads and back-to-back mountain stages, we are about to witness history in the making. How amazing is that to be the very first yellow jersey wearer of the Tour de France Femmes? From the moment it was announced, the excitement is building, but now the time is almost there. We are going to race the Tour de France Femmes avec Zwift, with start on the iconic Champs-Élysées in Paris and finish on the 24% climb of La Super Planche de Belleville.
Tour de France, I think, is a really dream for a lot of us.
No, I never expected this moment to happen.
Tour de France is always a special moment. Before I started cycling and also during when I'm still cycling, I always went to the road and cheering for some riders.
To me it means holiday, you know, it means summer, good weather, people on the side of the road. Yeah, it's good family moments with my grandparents.
I'm really happy to be selected for this race, and I will try to give all myself for the first stage.
It's really exciting to be at the start line of the Tour this year. I didn't expect it, I wasn't supposed to race it.
It's always a dream to have our own Tour de France, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, now I get to ride the Tour, which is really amazing.
Being the first French national champion wearing the tricolore on the first Tour is just, I mean, you're making history. So if I have to win one, it's this one for sure.
8 days of racing, 8 days of excitement, 8 days of stories, of winning, of losing and everything in between. I personally can't wait for the Tour de France Femmes avec Zwift to start.
For the Tour de France team, I actually have no idea what my role will be, or I hope I can just be there to really support Elisa Longo for the GC.
In cycling, everything is about jerseys. There's 2 jerseys that are more important than all the other ones, and that is the rainbow jersey for the world champion and the yellow jersey for the winner or the leader of the Tour de France. And now for the first time, the women get the chance to fight for that yellow jersey. And I know that that is the dream of each and every rider on the start line of the Tour de France Femmes avec Zwift, to wear that yellow jersey at least one day in their lives.
I went to the presentation in November and I was like, wow. You know, I came to the stage and people were like, was kind of, the crowd was cheering for me, and I felt like, I don't know how to explain in English, but yeah, a movement I'd never experienced before, and I was, oh, that's the Tour, and I really want to do it.
So now I have the possibility to race that special race and have the possibility to wear also the yellow jersey is really something special for me, and I think also for all my teammates.
The new generation will be inspired, I think, by the Tour de France, the first edition of it.
I think it's really important to like get more girls into cycling, that a lot of our races are now on television and that they can really see that the sport is growing.
The yellow jersey is the most iconic jersey of the race, but there's also the green jersey for the best sprinter, the polka dot jersey for the best climber, and the white jersey by Liv for the stars of the future, the best young rider of the race.
I was in Livigno for the preparation of the tour. So the first preparation for this big event will be altitude training camp. In Livigno, I do a lot of climbs. So I'm a track rider also, so I put some track training on my legs because I think for the sprint it's really important, keep cadence and high speed. Period on altitude was pretty long. I was in altitude for 20 days, more than 20 days, so I hope that all work that I made can come out. It's really nice Livigno because it's 2000 meters of elevation almost, so you can have a good block of training, and after this you can have a really respond of your body when you go down for the race.
This weekend the nationals are coming up, so I'm preparing my bags with all the clothing and stuff, and then yeah, let's see, and rock and roll. Yeah, nationals are also a really hard race, and then you also know already your level a bit, and then the Giro is coming up, and then going to the Tour de France, so it's good to have a good feeling on the nationals, and then yeah, also being with the team, not only the riders but also the staff, it's very special. The nationals this year are on the Vanberg again in Drenthe.
It's hard to compete against like all the Dutch girls and strong women in the Dutch championships. Maybe it's hard to be a Dutch rider, but then at the same time I think like it's really motivating you to work hard and like really try to become a better rider just because you want to show yourself at the championships.
To me, the starting point of a new women's cycling, that's what we needed to grow up even more than we are already doing. It's gonna like give kind of a booster, a big booster to women's cycling. And what we've been doing in the last 5-6 years, we're gonna do all in once, you know? It's gonna be plus 6 years in one race.
It's so much bigger, I think, the Tour de France, so it will be a bit more stressful. Everybody wants to show themselves, they're on their best level.
The first stage will be, I hope, a sprint race.
Yes, I'm nervous before the start. It's the first Tour de France and it's just like, it's going to be really special. A lot of pressure, I think, on like trying to be there and hoping everything will work out well.
It's a flat stage, although the finish is slightly uphill. And then the first yellow jersey. How amazing is that, to be the very first yellow jersey wearer of the very first Tour de France Femmes?
After the first flat stage, I will try to help my teammate for sure, because I think the next stage will be maybe too hard for me, too much climb.
And I think everyone wants to race this tour, so we have to be the best of the teams.
I love winning myself, of course, but I'm also in for a win for my team. And when we go for another girl in my team, I will do everything to help her for the win.
Personally, I'm really looking forward to the final stages of the Tour de France. They will be super hard, there's a lot of climbing. And maybe right now I'm really excited for these days.
And with this tour, of course, we're gonna bring more little girls, more children, more kids on the bike, and that's the most important thing.
All roads lead to Paris. From the iconic Champs-Élysées through the vineyards of the Champagne with its white roads and steep climbs to the final weekend in the Vosges Mountains in the east of France. The Petit and Grand Ballon d'Alsace and the grand finale on the Super Planche des Belleville. The fight for yellow is on. This is the Tour de France Femmes avec Zwift.